Good afternoon, everyone. Let's play ball, yo. It's time to get out there and swing the bat. But anyway, that's the way the weather's feeling today. But you know, it's a little breezy, but not too much so. Now, I had an appointment with my doctor this morning. Let me turn this heat off. Even though the temperature is good outside, you know, it's cold on the inside. Kind of chilly on the inside, so I had one of my heaters going on after I got home from my doctor's appointment. But anyway, I rode my scooter to my doctor's appointment, and I had the audacity to take the wrong turn and got a little lost. But that's okay. I made it to my appointment on time. Ooh. And guess what, y'all? Do you remember when I went to the, now here's that the camera going slipping down. Okay, it's going to stop. It stopped. Do you remember a few months back, I think it was this year, or was it last year, I went to the doctor because I thought something was in my ear? Remember that? And I came home, the doctor said there was nothing in the ear. I thought it was this ear, you know, because I had earbuds on. And after I got back home, I found the earbud was in my bed. Okay? But I've been feeling something over here in this ear. It's like a certain, I would feel something. And you know, like when I'm trying to wash my ear, or if I had the, Q-tip like around the ear, I could feel like something's in it. And so I remembered when I was at the doctor, I had it before. It's been in there a long time, y'all. And it is something in my ear, in this ear here. And the doctor tried to get it out, and I'm wincing, I'm acting like this, I'm acting like a big baby. But you know, that's the way you feel sometimes. And so she was unable to get it out, but she said she did see something up in there. And she said it was white. I said, was it like the color like an earbud? She says, yep. And so she was going to send me to, am I recording this video? Wait a minute. Yeah. And so she said she was going to give me an appointment to go to the ear, I guess an ear, nose, and throat doctor or something like that. Because, you know, I just remembered to tell her this time. Because sometimes when I'm in bed, I could hear something like something in there, you know. It's hard to describe, y'all, because I'm not very good at being descriptive. You know, I'm not very descriptive, able to describe things like I should be able to describe it because I can't find the right words. But, and sometimes, you know, when like I say, when I would try to wash my ear out, and you know how you use a Q-tip to go around in the ear, you ain't going deep in it. But when she went in, there goes this freaking tripod, y'all. But anyway, she's sending me to the ear, nose, and throat, ear doctor, whatever. And so I got to go there. I don't know when. I walked out of there because I rode my scooter. That's how I got lost. I rode my scooter. Made the wrong turn. I just knew where I was going. Oh, no. And so I made a wrong turn. But, you know, I was in the vicinity, so I, wasn't way out of the way. But I got there, and I parked because my scooter is kind of long. It's longer than the average wheelchair, okay? You've seen my scooter. And so I'm back there in my doctor's office, and someone from the the check-in office, which is the check-in area, that's where I had parked my scooter. And she came back there and asked the doctor, did I have a scooter or something like that? They knew where I was at. And so they said I had to move it because I couldn't set it there. Well, where do they think I'm going to put it? Because they have no place to put these things, And even people, when they come in a wheelchair, they got to sit, chances are blocking some chairs or something like that. And so I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this scooter? But anyway, the doctor told them, that I was going to come, so I'm coming right out shortly. Yeah, because our appointment was almost over at that time. But anyway, that's what I got to do, y'all. That was a stirring. I'm sticking to it. But I'm so glad to get out of there. I was so glad to get out of there. And I stopped by the dollar store, still looking for those delicious cheese balls. That's the second time I went there, and they don't have them. I guess they're not getting them anymore. I'm not sure. But anyway, I got me some cereal, and what else I got? I got me a box of Stouffer's, the mac and cheese. That mac and cheese cost me $6.50. I said, this is highway robbery. But I brought it home and put it in the freezer. Because I'm going to make me some hamburger. Matter of fact, I got my hamburger sitting out there on the counter. I had it in the refrigerator overnight, and I got it sitting on the counter now. But I think I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator and take myself a little nap. Okay. And I had one of the worst lunches in history. I'm even ashamed to tell y'all what I ate. Okay, I'll tell you. Since you insist, I'll tell you what I ate. Since you must know, I gotta tell you. I had 3 of these, 3 cookies, but I took the cream out of it. And I put the chips away. I had some Wise potato chips, and I had some Wise potato chips. That was lunch. That was it. And then, I got, a little sleepy after that because I was sitting here playing Scrabble. And then I said to myself, I should, go up here and tell the AAG team about my ear. And just then I could feel, if I touch a certain way, I can know that there's something in there. And the doctor told me, wait a minute, let me go get a pair of tweezers, see if she can tweeze it out. All right, doctor, you don't know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with one of the scariest humans on the planet when it comes to stuff like that. And she says, hold it up. She wanted me to hold my hand. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, she's going to send me there. And I remember someone else up here on the YouTube that had one of those earbuds. Y'all got to be careful with those earbuds. Because I had bought those earbuds. I don't know if I still got them around here or not. But the little rubber tip, I'm trying to push it, put it in my ear. And that's what's in my ear right now. Yeah. So y'all be careful with that. And I think I'm trying to see if I have one here. But I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. The rubber tip part came off. And I think Sharon, she's so fabulous, I think she had one in her ear as well. And she had to go to the doctor and get it out. I don't know what happened. That was a long time ago. But I remember her saying something like that. A long time ago. But this thing has been in here ever since I went to the emergency room, like I said, before. And, I thought the one was in this ear. And this one, I don't know if I don't think the doctor checked this one because I told him it was this ear. Well, I hope we get to the bottom of it as soon as I check my chart, because I walked right out of there. I was so anxious to get my scooter up out of the way when I got out of the doctor's office until I forgot to get my checkout paper. To give you a paper, a summary of what happened, of your visit and everything. And then you get the printout of your next appointments and all that kind of stuff print out on a piece of paper. And I walked right out of there and forgot it. But I'm pretty sure it's in my chart, so I got to check my chart to see what's happening. So how y'all doing today? Is your day as excited like mine? Did you have a very exciting morning as I had? What you been up to today? Have you been outside to bask in the sun? Feels mighty good out there, y'all. But I'll tell you one thing, I had on my sweater. Now, I left here about 10 o'clock in the morning now. I had on, I'm going to probably have to hold this tripod because it keeps slipping down. But I had on I had on a short sleeve shell. Not this, I didn't have this on. I'd have changed clothes since I've been home. And I had on my gray sweater and some gray pants And I wore my little quilted black jacket. Oh, yes, I did. And part the way, I think after I got downtown, I think I put my gloves on because my hand had started to feel a little chilly. Yeah, and I had a hat on my head. Oh, yeah, I was ready. But it's different when you're out there in the element and you're riding out there, and it's early in the morning. The temperature hadn't reached its peak yet. So it was still kind of chilly when I left the house. But when I came back, I still had my jacket on, but I zipped it down and everything. And matter of fact, I was going to go to the grocery store, but when I got ready to come back home, I was got almost to coming home, but not, I got to Family Dollar first. And I said, no, I'm not going to go all the way down there to Stop and Shop. I said, I'm going to Stop and Shop probably tomorrow. And so I stopped in Family Dollar and picked up that, and that was it. Came on home. And then, of course, I'm tired because I never sleep. My pressure was pretty good. It wasn't bad as it, normally is. As a matter of fact, it's the same thing, y'all. When I got to the doctor's office, I checked in, walked over, sat down for 2 seconds. Lady came in there and called my name. It's like, wow. So then I got to go walk down this long hallway. So I'm guessing my temperature was, not my temperature, but my blood pressure. I think she said the top number was either 146 or 156, which is good for me. Mine used to be up there in the 70s. So I thank God for that. But I'm pretty sure it's lower than that because, I had just got there and checked in and walking and carrying on and all that. As a matter of fact, I was gonna those cookies are that either the cookies or the chips have made me very thirsty. It's probably those chips, the salt makes you thirsty. I ain't gonna tarry up here too long, y'all, because I'm taking me a nap. And I want to get some things done today. Like I took that, what I did before this morning. First, when I first got up, I got up around 6 o'clock. I was up early, but my appointment wasn't until 11. I had this big bag of clothes that the guys had taken, out of my closet when they was putting my floors in. Like I said, my bedroom is still, in shambles. It's, scrambled up. And so I'm looking for something to wear. I had a special thing in mind that I wanted to wear when I went to the doctor. And so I took all those clothes out there. So, oh boy, half of these clothes I'm going to throw away. Yeah. Because usually I wear about the same thing all the time. I ain't got no lot of clothes. I wear the same thing, I did order some tops from Amazon, though. I ordered the rust colored top, the blue top, the green top. I don't care for that green one at all. There's another top, brown and beige, that little vest type top. I don't even think I ever took the tag off. I didn't never wore it. It's things that you don't forget about. You forget if I ain't looking at it, if I don't see it. It's not in my head. I'm not thinking about it. But anyway, matter of fact, I didn't wear it today. And then I found a pair of pants, another pair of pants. Let me show them to you real quick. Can you hold on just a second, y'all? Let me show you what I'm talking about. I hope they're right here that I can just grab them. Hold on. I'm coming, y'all. I told you it would only be a minute. Okay. These are jeans that I had ordered up. I had forgotten about these jeans. And it's another pair of jeans. Remember the jeans, the same jeans I got on now that I showed you yesterday, how I had to take them up in here? See how I took it, my sewing machine, and took that and stitched right there to try to make them fit? I don't even know if I ever wore these things. I don't know. I don't even know if they'll fit me now. Says Gloria Vanderbilt, but this is mighty poor made to be Gloria Vanderbilt. But anyway, the khaki jeans. And this is the top that I was trying to think of before. I never took this Amazon. I never wore that. But it makes a nice little set. That's how I was able to grab it, because I remembered it was sitting right there on top when I was going through that bag. I left it on top. And boy, do I have a lot to do. I'm going to try to conquer that today after I take me a nap when I have more energy. I shouldn't have eaten them cookies. Them cookies, you know, sometimes sweets drag you down. You know, you get a sugar high and then all of a sudden you're down in the dumps again. Need some energy food, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm glad I got my appointment over. Now she wants me to do another freaking appointment with the ear doctor. What are they going to do? Probably the same thing. Oh, and it feels so funny. You know, when she was done, I told her, I think it felt it go down in deeper in there. Hope they don't have to operate on my ear to get it out. Oh, that's just a thought, y'all. The thought of anything going in your ear, you know, deep in there. Oh, man. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. There's no sense in panicking and getting all bent out of shape like I'm doing. And let me go and take me a nap so I can get up and finish that bag of clothes. It's a big bag of clothes, y'all. Some are on the floor, some are in the bag, and some are on the stool. You know, the stool that's in the room. I got 2 little footstools in the room. If I ever get my apartment back in halfway in shape, I would be glad. Which, I mean, this area here does look a little better. And this is another thing I got to do. This rug. I got to roll this rug up. Find something to tie it up and put it outside. That's what I got to do. With no help. Not just put it out there on the back porch and let the junk man come. Matter of fact, I got a call about a junk man too. You know, the trash man that comes to pick up stuff. Because I'm going to pick this chair up. I'm very serious about that. And as far as getting another rug, I don't have to rush for that to get it. You know, I can do like a little bit at a time. But I did see some rugs on Amazon that I like. They had the sets. They had like runners. You get a runner and maybe a entryway mat, you know, like a door mat at the beginning of the door. That's like a set. Or you could use, what is it, the kitchen? I don't know. They had quite a few sets, you know, everything same color and everything, and that you could use like that. So I don't know if I want to try that, or I want to try to get, you know, something in person, because you know how Amazon is. Sometimes when you get it, you don't feel like you paid all this money, but the quality, you know, is terrible, you know, sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And I haven't decided what color I want my living room to be yet. But I want to change my curtains. I might put them old curtains I had up there back up there. And just change the pillow, you know, the pillow covers. Just to spice things up. You know, I'm thinking about black and white. I like the thought of black and white too. You know, get a black, but then I'm gonna get tired of that, okay? So then I have to change. You know how it goes, y'all. You get tired of stuff. But I had this one rug for a long time right here. I got my money's worth. I think I got this rug almost when I first moved. Let me see. Did I get the rug and this desk? I got them both at the same place. And I think I got this desk And that rug, when I first moved here, about 12, I say, okay, it'll be 13 years this year. But just say I had it for 12 years. That rug right there, and this little baby desk, this little children's desk. As you can see, like I told y'all before, see right here, this is where the CDs and the what do you call those? What do you call it? The floppy disk and stuff go right in there, you know, in those slots. And your CDs. And I had at that time my computer when I first moved here, I think I had a hard drive, which I still got a hard drive on my other computer, but I can't remember if it played CDs or not. It probably did. I don't know. But I do have a CD, DVD player over there, which plays CDs as well. And that's another thing I gotta do. I got this closet, this little drawer. It's like a plastic drawer, got maybe 4 or 5 drawers in it, and it's full of DVDs and CD. Not DVD. Is it DVDs? What's the one with the fat one? VHS. I don't know. I outgrew that stuff, because you really don't need them anymore. I don't watch that no more. And I'm debating, do I want to throw them away? Do y'all still have some VHS tapes and CDs and all that? I do. I'm guilty, Your Honor. I got all of them. But anyway, I'm going to get rid of some of that stuff. Like I said, I'm downsizing, and my motto is, get her done. And on that note, I go with love. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all that I'm learning to do the dance, the boots on the ground. There's several people up there that's showing you step by step, and I just found that out last night. They're doing it, step by step, right? Put it in there and then counting 1, 2, 3. But my legs hurting me, so I'm gonna have to go to bed and then get up and practice that some more. And on that note, I go in love, and I'll see you again soon.